All right, we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the RSN Wrestling Podcast. This is the RSN Wrestling Podcast, the Shoot Edition. We're talking about
Shoot Part 2.
Shoot, actually Part 4, I think, something like that. It's like
Well,
it's like a whole bunch of Shoot.
I can say this Part 2 because the last one got taken down.
Well, I mean, we have many shoots that have been taken down, but as you see, there's like a whole bunch of pictures up there, of like, so, I guess we can't show videos, we can't show any audio, I guess, is photos. Mind you, these photos are not taken up.
I see that picture up. I think AJ is going to be a better champ than Kevin Owens.
Nah, I think Kevin Owens is the man. What are you talking about, man?
No. AJ's phenomenal.
Dude, AJ is phenomenal. I agree with that, but Owens is the man. Owens is the future.
But we could both agree on one thing. Nakamura is the shit.
Nakamura is definitely the man. He is the shit for sure. And this is kind of interesting. This is like the new era, right? New era right here, right? What do you think?
I actually consider this the independent era.
I was just gonna say that too.
Because you think about it, look at all the names now. The majority of them are
that's true.
Indies.
That's right. Matter of fact, as we're doing this right now, we got the CWC going on. The Cruiserweight Classic.
Did you know who just signed with WWE?
Who?
Roderick Strong, an independent wrestler.
Thank God, he deserves it. I think. Well, there's actually a lot of wrestlers that are signed up. I know Zack Sabre signed up too.
Majority of people majority of the people from the
anybody
CWC,
that was in the top, anybody from the top 8 was definitely signed by WWE. What that means. Well, but let me just stop you there. You said that we had this whole debate about Apple and Android, right?
Yeah.
And Owens and Finn Balor. So basically, you said that Apple is Finn Balor, and I say Owens is Android. Well, let me ask you this: what happened to Apple at SummerSlam?
Shut up.
See, that's what I'm saying. Now think about this. The new iPhone came out. It doesn't have a jack, right? Right? Doesn't it?
True.
So what about Android? Now Android's the top brand, right? Are you considering switching over now?
No.
Maybe it is now that Finn Balor is now no longer the man now because of course he got injured and of course everybody knows Apple's whack now. But now Android's coming up now.
He's not the man right now.
Yes, he is. He's the best heel on the planet right now.
No. Finn's not the man right now.
That's true. Oh, so you're saying that he's going to be the man in the future?
Just remember this. He will go down in history as the first Universal Champ.
Also be known as the shortest reigning Universal Champ. You remember that?
He's still the man, though.
He's not the man. I think Owens is still the man. Android still rocks, by the way. So, still.
But we could all agree on one thing, though.
But
besides that, we could all agree Eva Marie is talentless.
I think Eva Marie sucks.
I think she's talentless. She's useless.
I don't know why she's still here. Her up.
Because that's the one thing we agree on.
Nope, we don't agree on that either.
We don't agree that she sucks and she's talentless.
You brought up Eva Marie. What about McMahon and who else? And Vince Russo.
I mean the people who said that Kevin Owens will only perform in front of 300 people and will never be over as much as David Arquette.
It's a certain name, right? That ran TNA?
Yeah.
Vince, right? But I'm not talking about Vince McMahon. I'm talking about Vince Russo, right?
Yep.
I'm not Vince Russo. Oh, man, I totally botched that one. Well, him too.
You even
Jim Cornette.
You even read it.
Yep. I even read shit a lot. Yeah, that's the thing. But actually, I didn't. I was because he said that something about how what you call it? that he's like he was saying how people were messaging him, fucking you suck, in your face. Cornette had the gall to say, "Don't give a fuck." You don't give a fuck. Okay, now you're just trying to bullshit everybody.
A couple years ago, he was saying he's only going to perform in front of 300 people max.
Exactly. And what's so interesting is this also. He went ahead and said, like, right now, this is what his current comments were. You won a championship for a company that no one really cares about. You really just, like, a few years ago, not even, like, talking about WWE, this, that, you talking about how much you cared about it. Now you're like, oh, too bad. It's annoying. It's like, he's just so hypocritical. And same thing with, what else? Well, you can say about a lot of people, too. Please, let me ask you this. You know how many indies there are right now, right? There's Lucha, AML,
ROH, New Japan
Pro Wrestling. There's what you call it? What else? AAA. There's a whole bunch of promotions. Yes, where can you find all those promotions and coverage for all of them?
That site?
Well, I'm trying to think of a site too. I mean, you can't go to WWE.com to see it, right?
You know that the site. Oh, what the hell? It's 3 letters.
It's a 3-letter, but it's not WWE. I'm sure it's not TNA.
It's not ROH.
It's not NJPW.com. We actually know the guy. Yes, we do.
Isn't his name Nick?
Nick Lopez, right? The guy that runs the site.
He's the editor-in-chief of ProWrestlingOpinion.com.
ProWrestlingOpinion.com, indeed. So basically that was a cheap plug, but anyway, check that out. It's basically you get to see all the news articles, you see all the coverage live, up to date, play by play. He does it very, very good. He does a very good job at it.
He actually does it better than the professional sites.
What happened?
He does it way better than professional
he goes into
sites.
Depth with it. Definitely, a lot better than some professional sites, by the way. And it's like, you know,
like majority.
He has a certain way of doing it.
Like majority of the sites.
Indeed. And what's the tagline? I know you got the tagline, right?
Is it that time?
It definitely is that time.
It's that time, right?
Yes.
What time is it? What time is it?
It's tagline time, man.
Is it tagline time?
It's tagline time.
Reading is fundamental. Reading about wrestling gets you over. Copyright to Nick Lopez.
Nick Lopez, indeed. He's the one that runs it. And, yep, that's the new tagline, supposedly. But back to our coverage. So, ever since our last 2 podcasts that got taken down, we talked about, of course, Nakamura winning the NXT title, which is pretty big. The night after, it was actually the week after. And now recently, with the WWE title. Let me ask you this. What do you feel
there's
about...
actually one more person we could throw in there, too, to show the independent power in professional wrestling. Adam Cole.
Who else?
Adam Cole beat Jay Lethal to become the ROH champion.
Indeed. I mean, he's actually one of those guys that are one of the top people that are, like, one of the top indie wrestlers in the world right now. So, of course, he's on WWE's radar. He's on every major
I just realized something also. Sal.
What else?
If Finn Balor never got injured, all 3 leaders of the Bullet Club will be heavyweight champ.
That's actually true. That's a good observation, too. That's definitely true, because it's like...
It'll be the first...
AJ, of course.
It'll be the first leader in Finn Balor, the biggest leader in AJ Styles, and the current leader in Adam Cole.
That's true. It definitely would be. And it'll be like, then who's next? NXT. And that would be a perfect time to bring in Adam Cole, because Adam Cole can take over, and then literally you have something in the face of WWE. But let me ask you this, too. Of TNA talent now coming into prominence, How did you feel when you found out when you found out that what'd you call it? AJ Styles was holding that title at the end of that match.
Oh, I was, because everyone who listens to the RSN podcast knows I'm the biggest AJ Styles fan. So indeed, I was happy as hell.
I can vouch for that too. I know that you always tell me how how you feel like AJ is the most over person, and it's true. He is. I mean, he's been working for almost what, probably over 15 plus years to get this, right?
Just about, yeah, 16 years.
16 years, and he's finally reached it. He's won the TNA World Title. He was Mr. TNA. WWE.
He was Mr. TNA. He was in ROH. He was the NJPW champ. He was the IWGP champ.
And now it's kind of surreal.
AJ Styles is also the first person to do two things. He's the first person to main event all companies around the world and to hold the big championship in every company. No one has ever done that.
That's true. Not most people have actually done that.
So you could say AJ is the best wrestler in the world. Literally.
Yeah, definitely is. I mean, what's really crazy is that it didn't hit me until after the plates were put on. It's on. That's when it hit me. It was like, holy shit, he's champion. Because it's like, we never believed that in a million years. Because we know that Vince and his stance on like former TNA guys and everything like that, and the Indies.
He's the guy now. So
now he's the guy. That's kind of crazy, and it's kind of cool to see that Vince is actually on board with this.
Oh, Vince was for the AJ signing.
Yeah, that's true. I heard that he was behind it now too. Like he's getting fully behind it now, and that's good to hear. Because in the past they would have said, no, we don't want this guy because for one, he's a TNA guy. Two, that he doesn't have the look, but he's perfect. I think, right? I think he's like the next big heel right now. What do you think?
Oh, I think it's great having him as a heel.
Definitely. I mean, what's also really crazy is this that now he's like if you really think about it, after Tuesday SmackDown, there was this thing. Cena came out and faced AJ, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that crazy?
And then it turned into a triple threat now.
I actually would have been pissed if it was just Cena and AJ. Because we all know what would have probably happened, right?
Yeah. But from what I'm hearing, AJ's holding the title for a long time, they said.
Yeah, I've heard that he's going to be a long champion. And that's true. I mean, with AJ, he has to stay a champion. Because if you notice, every heel champion has to have had a long reign, and that solidifies them. Look at CM Punk. Look at, who else? He ran any heel name. The Miz. People didn't like him. Afterwards, it was good when someone lost the belt. I mean, who else? You could think of a whole bunch of names. But, like, basically, if you're the heel and you're holding the title for a long time, that basically, like, validates you. And they win it.
Like a Brock Lesnar.
That makes it even bigger.
Lesnar held the title for a while.
Same thing. Yep. And then look what happened to Eddie Guerrero. After Eddie Guerrero won it from him, made him a bigger star. It launched the platform for him. It's the same thing with AJ. If AJ still remains champion, definitely he can make some other stars too.
Well, being the fact AJ is like the guy now, do you see anyone that he affiliated with coming in to WWE?
No, I doubt it. I don't think. Not now. I mean, if you would think about it, they have pretty much the big players of the Bullet Club, but I don't think they're gonna have a whole thing with the Bullet Club. And like, basically, it's just.
I think they were actually gonna go with Finn being the leader. I think
Finn being the leader of the Bullet Club.
I had a feeling that they were gonna try and affiliate the club with Finn and then make the Balor Club.
Did you see that thing that vignette during SummerSlam?
Which
it was
one?
a backstage segment. The backstage segment.
Oh,
Carl
with
Anderson
all four of them?
Yeah, where Carl Anderson was doing his little thing and Luke Gallows were doing their little doctor shtick. And the next thing you know, AJ comes out and goes, oh, too sweet. Yeah. Doctor.
Phenomenal.
Doctor Phenomenal. And they're like, we're going to do something. We're going to beat up John Cena.
And then Finn shows up.
And then what did you see? They're all holding up the sign going, okay. And then,
boom. Too sweet.
And he didn't too sweet him. That was so disappointing. You saw the whole crowd too, right? The crowd, like the sound of that just validated it. It was like, come on, they should have done it. Like it would have been cool to see that. But they just totally said no.
And as everyone who listens knows, I'm a big Finn person. I'm a big AJ person. So I was happy when I saw that on the screen. I'm like, there you go.
And that was perfect. But really disappointing me was that he didn't too sweet them back. I was like, oh, come on. They were just...
Because you think about it, he's a face. And why would they affiliate a face with 3 heels?
Oh, but it's still kayfabe. I mean, they could still do something. They could still...
But just remember, us internet people, internet vanilla marks, we don't know what we're talking about.
That's true. I mean, that's basically what the mentality is that they want to keep that going and still say that, okay, we're the unintelligent wrestling fans just watching and just seeing things as they are. But we're a smarter society now. We know shit. Like, it's like, come on. But then, let me ask you this too.
You think about it, we run wrestling.
Well, actually, we help them run wrestling. We've had definitely. I mean, we basically pump money into that. So, I'm doing that.
But remember, we don't know what we're talking about. But according to the way it looks now, Vince is paying attention to the fans and what they want.
Indeed. I mean, let's talk about the CWC for a second. The Cruiserweight Classic. They were planning on having. Well, this is kind of interesting because Vince never had any kind of global tournament where he brought in indie talent. This is the first time this is happening.
Not even indie talent, international talent.
International talent, indeed. That's something big. He brought some of the biggest names from the world. So that's kind of interesting.
What I find funny, though, is if you go through the roster of who was in the tournament, the biggest name who sticks out, besides Tajiri and Kendrick, because they're former WWE guys, Cedric Alexander.
That's true. Cedric stands out. But there's a whole bunch of names, too. Zack Sabre.
No, I'm saying that because he was an ROH guy, and Vince isn't a fan of ROH.
Well, you can say that for most guys too. You can say that for
you know who brought him in though.
That had to be a third wheel, the third person out.
Yeah, the son-in-law.
Yep, the son-in-law.
Because if you watch after Cedric got eliminated, by Akira Tozawa.
Yeah.
No, Kota Ibushi. I'm sorry. I apologize. When he got eliminated by Kota, who came out?
Yeah, Triple H came out, and the fans were chanting.
If you heard the fans, and then he basically came out, gave that. He came out, gave that look like he's getting signed. Don't worry.
He's like, okay. He's like, don't worry, he's getting signed. I mean, it's kind of good that.
I think Triple H knew he was going to sign Cedric, nevertheless.
Yeah, I think like how Triple H prospects people. He sees something in them, and he sees that
and he tries to pull them in. He goes hard to pull them in.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, like right now the CWC is going on. We got the match with Zack Sabre Jr. and Gran Metalik. With Zack Sabre Jr., I heard that they're doing so many negotiations, and he was kind of off the fence of it. But now he's actually here, so it's kind of like
he was the last one to sign the contract, also.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting now. They finally managed to get him.
Well, being the fact that it's the Final Four now, who do you see being in the finals and winning?
It's kind of hard to say. I'm hearing that it's T.J. Perkins, and I hope it is T.J. Perkins because
I'm asking your opinion.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be T.J. Perkins.
Against who?
Against probably Zack Sabre.
I see the same matchup.
Yep.
Well, either match I could see Zack versus TJ or Zack versus Kota, and I see Zack winning it because I'm a big Zack fan.
That can happen. That can happen. Well, you got to admit, there's two top names in here. They got Zack Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi.
And TJ.
Of course, we found out
TJ's a big name too.
TJ Perkins is a pretty big name too. Grand Metalik is also one big name, also, of course, because
all 30. Well, not all 32. About 28 of the 32 are big names.
Yeah, most of them are big names, but like they've had. But I think why WWE got them was because of their talent and what they've offered. And if you see these people, they're pretty good workers too. So that's probably why they got them.
I'm just still amazed at Cedric dropping 22 pounds.
It's a good story though, because like basically he did so much to compete through the tournament, and now he's like wrestling at the highest level and doing the best things. Right? It's crazy, But then let me ask you this too. Do you think they're gonna have another one next year?
Yeah, just for the fact of how amazing it's been, like the popularity of it. If you look at the viewers, there's a high amount every week.
That's true. I mean, well, in the beginning, I heard that Vince and the higher ups were kind of hesitant to do this because they're like, oh, who watches indie wrestling? But then after seeing all this, after seeing the ratings and the social media and everything go up.
Not even that. Once the names leaked of who was going to be in the tournament,
yeah,
you saw on social media like, oh my God, this is going to be the biggest thing that WWE's done.
And it was the biggest thing. I mean, with WWE now they're falling behind this because if you really think about it, they went from not investing in this to now saying, okay, let's put these guys on Raw on their biggest primetime programming.
From what I'm hearing, they said if it does popular on Raw, it's going to go to SmackDown.
I heard that it's going to go to SmackDown.
Shit. Holy shit. Holy shit.
No, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. I didn't see shit.
Bro.
They already have a result?
Yeah, the first match is over.
Zack Sabre Jr. won, right?
No.
Grand Metalik?
Yes.
Oh my God. Really? Oh shit. That's messed up.
Holy shit.
How the hell did that happen then? Nonetheless, Zack Sabre Jr. is one hell of a talent. Of course he's going to be signed. Of course they have plans for him. And he's a prospect for sure. He's definitely going to be in NXT.
Because he's what, 25? Like 24, 25? He's a baby.
And he's perfect right now. Like he's in his prime right now, basically. And it's perfect to have him come to WWE. And I know WWE's been gunning for him. I know Vince definitely wants him because of his wrestling ability.
But you know who Triple H wants to sign, right?
Yeah.
Who's the one name Triple H wants?
I know he wants Kota badly.
No, someone who's not in the tournament.
Cedric?
He wants, who wasn't even in the tournament, he wants Will Ospreay.
Well, Will Ospreay has his things with Evolve, I heard.
He's a Paul Heyman guy.
Well, that's true. Any Paul Heyman guy or Evolve guy has ended up in WWE programming at least. Well, let me ask you this too. So Will Ospreay's out, right? What about the guy that headlined that big match with him, Ricochet? Where is he? Basically, Lucha ended, right?
He's opting out of his contract. He said.
Yeah. So he's out of Lucha.
He's a free agent as of 2017. I see him coming to WWE.
Definitely, I think all the lights are on, and he's coming to WWE. It's pointing straight to WWE. Basically, it's either NXT or main roster. It'd be kind of interesting to see if he comes to main roster, which I totally doubt.
I think he's gonna go to NXT just to get the WWE feel.
Yeah.
And I don't see him lasting that long in NXT. Give him a couple months and then call up.
Well, here's the thing with Ricochet and guys like Will Ospreay. They work a very, very fast-paced style. You can see that with the match.
You mean they kill wrestling, right? According to Vader?
According to Vader, according to all the old-timers who like to say, oh, they're going to injure themselves. Meanwhile, they're the ones that are not doing these things. They're the ones that that say a match is this. Basically, this is the match. You come in there,
it's a gymnastics match, according to Vader.
Yeah, of course. Because their view of a wrestling match is this. Basically, you walk in there, you get some heat, and then all you do is just, place like a headlock for 20 minutes, and that's it. Basically, that's the whole match.
Or you do your 5 moves of doom.
Yeah, 5 moves of doom, and that's it. But that's gone now. They've changed their format now. Now it's totally different. It's not like how it was.
Yeah, now it's before. 7. Now it's 7 moves of doom.
Now it's 7 moves of doom. 15 minutes of near falls, but it works. It's pretty good. And with the CWC, it's kind of interesting. It's all chain wrestling, so of course people are gonna get entertained by that for sure.
Yeah.
But these guys don't.
A question for you. You watched every episode of CWC, right?
Yeah.
What would you say is the best match of the CWC so far?
I think we can both agree on this. Gargano and Ciampa.
I'm stuck between that one and Kota and Cedric. I'm stuck between those two matches.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, Kota is a pretty Cedric is one hell of a performer. And the fact that he dropped all that weight and was able to perform on the top level, that's a pretty big deal, right? It's kind of interesting.
I'm not gonna lie, he actually looks better with the 22 pounds lost.
He definitely does. I think
he looks so much better in the ring.
And he performed much better too. I mean, the way that he performed, he's much more fast paced. He can do more things.
Even with the 22 pounds, he was still doing the stuff, but
yeah.
Now it's like, wow.
But now he's stepped up his game a little bit. That's the thing. But I mean, it's kind of crazy now. Where they dubbed this the what you call it, the new era or whatever it is, right?
I consider this better. Actually, this is better than King of the Ring to me.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that actually. Well, I heard that.
Back in the day, the King of the Ring was good.
Yep.
And basically, if you won the King of the Ring, that means you were getting a push, no matter what.
Yep.
Now the King of the Ring is just like, oh, okay. It's not even on pay-per-view.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This people actually look forward to, the CWC, and it's been way better than what everyone expected.
That's true. I mean, with the CWC, well, it's a new field now. It's a totally different. It's a whole new format, different everything. And you got to understand, too, this is by Triple H. Where back then, everything was done by Vince. Now Triple H is spearheading this. So it's kind of interesting how Triple H is spearheading this, and it's become such a success. Because it's something new, it's something different, it's something that we can gravitate towards. And it's interesting now that most people are behind this, because there was a time where people weren't behind this at all. Now the casual fan is deadass just watching this going, okay, I want more. And they genuinely mean it. It's not like a thing where you just bandwagon and say, oh, I want more, just because everybody else wants more. You actually watch it, and you actually get interested in it.
And you want more because you actually want more.
Definitely. They're actually giving out medals?
Yeah. Just for the two winners.
Just for the semifinals.
Yeah.
That's a big-ass medal.
Because you think about it, after the Gargano-Ciampa fight, you were probably like, I want more of this.
Definitely. I think WWE actually learned from this kind of format, because now they can implement this on their rivalries. For when it's time for WrestleMania, they can do this.
You can actually build this around WrestleMania too.
Well, I think most of these stars are going to end up being at WrestleMania. I don't think any of us will disagree on that.
Because majority of them signed, I believe.
Yeah, majority. I mean, that's the first step. They're signed, but now we're going to have to see more. And let me ask you this. I guess we'll finish it off right now. Before we finish it off.
Oh, quick question. Not a question. Well, yeah, it's a question before you ask me yours.
Mm-hmm.
Where can you find up-to-date coverage of the CWC?
Well, from what I'm hearing, it's this 3-lettered site. It's not WWE. It's not TNA.
It's not ROH either.
It's not anything that says Pro Wrestling News or anything that says PW in it.
And we know the guy who runs the site.
Well, yes, we do.
It's Nick.
It's freaking Nick, a.k.a. the executive who was with us on RSN Wrestling Podcast, Nick Lopez.
He's not with us because he's catching up. He had important matters to take care of.
And he's still trying
to work.
Yep. But he's still getting it done slowly, time by time, you know? But we'll see though. But anyway, I mean
Sal, I have a question, a serious question for you now.
Oh wait, now it's tagline time, right?
No, actually it was something besides that.
Yeah.
Weren't you running late from school or something, and you were trying to catch up with Lucha before it ended, season 2?
Yes. This is the classic story, basically. So I was running home from, well, this is basically my review of it, definitely. There was one time where I was basically in class, and I'm like, oh my God, holy shit, I'm running late for school, like, oh shit. So deadass, I get to class, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta stay here until 9 for my fucking class, stay there and all this shit. I can't watch the whole thing. I can't watch Lucha. So I'm like, what the fuck do I do? So deadass, what I do is I just go on Pro Wrestling Opinion. I see the whole site. I basically look through the article. I see Lucha Underground. So I click on there, and I see it. And basically I'm like, okay, I start reading it. All right, this is dope. And as I read more and more into it, it makes me want to see the program.
But so the thing is, didn't you even say that you didn't even have to watch it because you pictured the whole match in your head because of the description that he was giving you of the match?
Definitely, and it was. That's the thing with Nick on his site. He actually does it in depth and play by play. So you actually you can actually picture everything while it's happening as you're reading it. So in class, I was there actually picturing everything in my head, and I was just like sucked into Lucha, thinking, "Oh my God, holy shit! This is a pretty good way of getting my information in." And as a matter of fact, when I saw Lucha, I saw the same shit. I basically saw the same exact things.
And the good thing about ProWrestlingOpinion.com, he has shows Raw, SmackDown, TNA, ROH, also NXT, CWC. He even has the little guys, America's Most Liked Wrestling, West Coast Wrestling Connection, and he even has stuff from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, 2010s.
And again, he's still working on it. There's more and more stuff that's yet to come. Stay tuned for that. And be sure to check it out. It's ProWrestlingOpinion.com.
And here's one more question for you, Sal. What time is it?
35.
No. What time is it?
It's still 9:35, man. You know what time it is.
Is it time? Reading is fundamental. Reading about wrestling puts you over.
You heard it from the man, the big guy. You heard it. You heard it here. Nonetheless, that's Pro Wrestling Opinion. But indeed, be sure to check that out. Great site. You get to see a lot of stuff. It's pretty interesting there. Be sure to check it out. ProWrestlingOpinion.com.
And like we just told you, you don't even have to watch the match that you're reading about, because you can just picture it in your head.
It's actually pretty.
The only thing Nick doesn't tell you is what the wrestler is wearing to the ring.
Definitely. I mean, but still, it's a pretty good descriptive way of showing up the action, and in a time where it's really hard to do that. But before we end, do you think they will have a cruiserweight title on Raw or SmackDown?
Yes.
You think they will?
I believe so. I believe they will.
An old title at this time?
Well, if they bring the cruiserweight title back and they keep that on Raw, I have a feeling they might bring back like the heavyweight European title, probably.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, but I'm hearing that I keep hearing people say, "Oh, they don't want to go back to the old," because if you think about the world title, same thing happened with the WWE title, the WWE title on SmackDown. And then they were thinking about making the world title on Raw, and then they said, "Nah, let's just create something new." So they said, "Let's make the Universal Championship." So I'm thinking the same thing.
I still like the Shane McMahon design of the title.
That's true. I mean, well, speaking of titles, they had the SmackDown tag titles and the women's title. I actually like both of them. I think they're pretty good. They actually grown on me.
I've grown on them. The only thing I disagree with is I think Alpha should have won the tag team titles.
Well, I think they're saving them. Soon they're gonna have the title, but it's a very interesting atmosphere.
I'm not saying that just because I'm biased because I love American Alpha.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I am biased. I think they should have won no matter what.
I knew it. I was smelling it. Of course. I mean, well, of course they're my favorite too, but it's good for them to actually.
Heath Slater has to buy a double wide and a bigger pool for his 3, 4, 13, 7, however many kids he has today.
Yeah, as far as he knows, that's the thing. As far as he knows, he only has 7 kids. That's what he's saying. But nonetheless, I mean, I think it was a pretty good decision. I mean, but still, it's kind of disappointing to see that it was wasted on making the Usos heel and making them more stronger as faces. But hopefully, we'll see that from time to time.
I still think Alpha is going to win the title very shortly, though.
It might happen. You never know. But I think right now what their concern is to make the Usos like heels. Good job at it. I think they should stay as heels.
Yeah, they are.
Speaking of heels, do you think there's a heel turn with Dean Ambrose when he turned on Cena this past Tuesday on SmackDown?
I don't think so. I think that's Dean just being like the tweener.
You think he's just being the anti-hero?
Yeah, he's the tweener.
Tweener, right?
Because you got Cena as obviously the face.
Yep.
AJ as the heel.
Right.
And Dean is just like there.
Yeah. But what I like with Dean is after he lost the title, he didn't make himself sound like he was out of the picture. Like his promo skills were on top this past SmackDown. You agree?
Yeah, his promos are always on point though.
And that's the thing. He's a CZW guy, an indie guy. And they got Cena on the mic trying to go for a 16 world title, which I think eventually he will get it. But it's kind of sad.
Because remember, he tweeted, to be the man, you have to beat the man, ... or tie the man.
Well, let's wrap this up then. But let me ask you one last question. Do you think he will surpass 16?
No.
Meaning, I think we have an idea that he will probably get 16, but do you think he'll get 17? 17 or 18?
I only see him getting 16.
16 and ending it?
16, that's it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's time for him to retire. It's like if he wins another 2 world titles, it's just causing more and more,
Well, here's a question for you, since you asked about that. Do you see anyone passing 16?
Eventually, yes. I think eventually there'll be a wrestler. Sure now, but I think that there definitely will be a wrestler that will top that. That will make 17 for sure. And if but there will be someone that's all around, like a good athlete, good promo.
I also think it's going to be like other sports. It has to be someone young.
I think it'll be someone young, but we'll probably find out. Maybe I say before WrestleMania 50. Mark my words on that. If I don't get that, if I get that, give me $5,000 for all I care. Maybe I might be right. Who knows? But still, I think before WrestleMania 50, definitely we're gonna have a 17-time world champ.
Hopefully, we will see.
We'll see, definitely. But nonetheless, this is the RSN Wrestling Podcast. This is the Mastermind.
There's the big guy.
We're gonna see you guys out. Also, be sure to check out our Facebook page, our YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe, like, share.
Twitter,
also,
Google Plus. Tell your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your aunt, uncle, cousin, the mailman, the guy who runs the corner store.
The whole deal. You already know. Tell Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, even the freaking stupid motherfuckers all the way down in Cali. Tell everybody all around the world about wrestling, RSN Wrestling Podcast.
And tell them about ProWrestlingPinion.com.
Definitely be sure to tell them about PWO too. Shout out to them too. Also, be sure to check us out on SoundCloud. We got the podcast up there. Be sure to check us out there. We'll see you guys out.
See you guys.